Welcome to our channel, where we delve into the enriching and often complex stories of the Bible. Today, we embark on a journey through the life of Ishmael, a figure whose narrative is woven deeply into the fabric of biblical history. Ishmael, the first son of Abraham, emerges under circumstances filled with hope and divine promises, set against the backdrop of his father's profound faith and challenging destiny. In Genesis 15, we find Abraham, an aging man without heirs, dwelling near the ancient city of Hebron. Despite his advanced age of 86, Abraham is visited by God, who promises not only a son but a legacy as vast as the stars in the sky. This promise sparks a series of events that underscore the tension between human despair and divine providence. With his wife Sarah unable to conceive, the fulfillment of this divine promise seemed all but impossible, stirring deep doubts and leading to pivotal decisions. Driven by a desire to fulfill God's promise, Sarah suggests a plan that was common in their time. She offers her Egyptian servant, Hagar, to Abraham as a surrogate. This decision, while practical in their cultural context, sets the stage for a complex story of faith, lineage, and the human condition. It is through these circumstances that Ishmael is born, a child destined to be the progenitor of a great nation. Yet his path is intertwined with strife and divine intervention. Join us as we explore the nuanced layers of Ishmael's life and his impact on biblical history. This introduction sets the stage for a detailed exploration of Ishmael's life, emphasizing the biblical, cultural, and personal contexts that define his story. It aims to engage viewers by highlighting the depth of the narrative and the enduring themes that are relevant even today. As we continue our exploration of Ishmael's narrative, we delve into the circumstances surrounding his birth, a pivotal moment that sets the tone for much of the biblical drama that follows. Abraham's wife, Sarah, unable to bear children, proposes a solution that reflects the customs of their time. She offers her servant Hagar to Abraham, intending that any offspring from this union would be considered her own. This arrangement, while strategic, was fraught with emotional complexity and social implications. Hagar's pregnancy soon becomes a reality, and with it, the dynamics within Abraham's household begin to shift. The Bible tells us that as Hagar realizes she is pregnant, her relationship with Sarah changes dramatically. This change is marked by a growing resentment from Sarah, who feels undermined and displaced in her own home. The tension between Sarah and Hagar is not just a personal conflict. It represents a deeper struggle between human plans and divine promises. The birth of Ishmael is not merely the addition of a new member to Abraham's family. It is also a test of faith and patience for all involved. Abraham finds himself caught between his duty to his wife and his compassion towards Hagar and his son. This situation lays bare the complexities of faith, obedience, and the human condition, setting the stage for further divine intervention in their lives. Ishmael's entry into the world is thus intertwined with hope and contention, heralding significant changes for Abraham's lineage. The arrival of Ishmael stirs a profound transformation within Abraham's household, leading to a divine intervention that shapes the course of their lives. As the conflicts escalate between Sarah and Hagar, Abraham faces a dilemma that tests the limits of his faith and leadership. It is in this turbulent time that God intervenes, not only to reaffirm his promises, but also to guide the characters through their trials. This intervention highlights the central theme of the Bible, God's active role in the lives of his followers. When Hagar flees into the wilderness, driven away by Sarah's harsh treatment, she encounters the angel of the Lord. This meeting is crucial, as it reassures Hagar of her son's significant future. The angel's message to Hagar is clear: return and submit to Sarah, for her son Ishmael is destined to be a wild donkey of a man, whose hand will be against everyone, and everyone's hand against him. This prophecy underscores the dual nature of Ishmael's legacy, both blessed and contentious. This divine encounter in the wilderness is not merely about resolving a family conflict. It is a pivotal moment that reaffirms God's overarching plans for his people. It shows that even in moments of great distress, the divine plan continues to unfold, often beyond human understanding. The story of Hagar and Ishmael in the wilderness teaches us about resilience and the reassurance that comes from divine promises. setting a pattern of faith and dependence on God that is echoed throughout the scriptures. Ishmael's story does not end with his turbulent beginnings. It extends into a vast and influential legacy through his descendants. As foretold by the angel, Ishmael fathers 12 sons, who become chieftains of large tribes that spread across the region. These tribes, known for their prowess and nomadic lifestyle, play a significant role in the historical and biblical narrative, illustrating the fulfillment of God's promise that Ishmael would indeed father a great nation. The descendants of Ishmael are often portrayed as embodying the characteristics prophesied about Ishmael himself. They are fierce, independent, and often at odds with their neighbors. This portrayal not only fulfills the biblical prophecy, but also reflects the harsh realities of nomadic life in the desert. The tribes of Ishmael are crucial in understanding the broader socio-political landscape of the Middle East in biblical times, as they interact with, and sometimes oppose, the descendants of Isaac. The legacy of Ishmael is marked by both conflict and contribution, shaping part of the complex tapestry of Middle Eastern history. His descendants' continuous impact demonstrates how Ishmael's story is woven into the larger narrative of the Bible, contributing to the development of significant historical and theological themes. The story of Ishmael and his tribes is not just a footnote in biblical history. It is a testament to the enduring nature of God's promises across generations. The story of Ishmael is rich with theological implications, offering a profound commentary on the nature of God's promises and human agency. In the narrative of Ishmael and Isaac, we see a stark contrast between human solution and divine fulfillment. Ishmael, born of Abraham's attempt to fulfill God's promise through human means, and Isaac, born as a result of divine intervention, represent two different approaches to understanding God's will and the fulfillment of his promises. This dichotomy is further explored in the New Testament by the Apostle Paul, who uses the story of Sarah and Hagar to illustrate the difference between the Old Covenant and the New Covenant. In his letter to the Galatians, Paul presents Hagar as symbolizing the Old Covenant, rooted in law and human effort, and Sarah as symbolizing the New Covenant, founded on divine grace and promise. This interpretation invites Christians to reflect on the nature of freedom and bondage in spiritual terms, encouraging a reliance on divine grace rather than human effort. The theological themes derived from Ishmael's narrative extend beyond mere historical or literary analysis. They provoke a deeper understanding of faith, promise, and grace within the believer's life. As such, Ishmael's story is a catalyst for theological reflection, challenging believers to consider how they respond to God's promises and how they perceive his active role in their lives. The story serves as a reminder that God's ways are not only mysterious but also infinitely wiser than our own. In Islamic tradition, Ishmael is revered not just as a prophet but also as a patriarch who helped lay the foundations of Islam. According to Muslim belief, it was Ishmael, along with his father Abraham, who rebuilt the Kaaba in Mecca, which is considered the most sacred site in Islam. This deep connection places Ishmael at the heart of Islamic faith and heritage, highlighting his significance beyond the Jewish and Christian narratives. Islamic texts underscore Ishmael's role as a forefather of the Arab people, linking him directly to the Prophet Muhammad. This lineage is crucial in understanding the respect and honor attributed to Ishmael within Islam. His story is often cited as an example of submission to God's will, reflecting the very meaning of Islam. The narrative of Ishmael's near sacrifice, identified in Islamic tradition as the one who was offered by Abraham instead of Isaac, is commemorated annually in the festival of Eid al-Adha, underscoring his exemplary faith. The integration of Ishmael within Islamic tradition not only enriches the understanding of his character but also bridges historical and theological gaps between Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. By examining Ishmael's role in Islamic teachings, we gain a more comprehensive view of his impact on Abrahamic faiths, promoting a broader dialogue of respect and understanding among these religious communities. As we conclude our exploration of Ishmael's life and legacy, we are reminded of the profound depth and breadth of his impact across generations and cultures. His story, interwoven with themes of struggle, divine promise, and fulfillment, transcends mere historical narrative to offer timeless insights into faith, perseverance, and divine grace. Through Ishmael, we witness the complexities of human endeavors intertwined with divine plans, offering lessons that resonate with the human spirit across ages. Ishmael's narrative invites us to reflect on our own spiritual journeys and the ways in which divine intervention shapes our lives. His life challenges us to consider our responses to God's promises and the ways we navigate our own conflicts and trials with faith. As we share these stories, we contribute to a richer, more nuanced understanding of biblical characters, enhancing our collective appreciation for their continued relevance. Thank you for joining us on this profound journey through the life of Ishmael. If this story has moved you, inspired you, or sparked curiosity, we invite you to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with others. Engage with us in the comments below to discuss your thoughts and reflections. Your participation helps us grow a community of seekers and believers, united in exploring the depths of biblical stories and their impact on our lives today. Stay tuned for more insights and explorations right here on our channel.